Today we are yet again going to have some conversations that will make some of you uncomfortable. So, as usual, buckle up, babes. Here we go. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna. If you are new here, we're a homeschooling family of 4. We are wrapping our 9th grade year, prepping for our 10th grade year, and today we are going to talk about doing less, permission to do less. But I've got a caveat, so naturally you're going to want to stay tuned. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. You may hear, I don't know what's happening outside, but it sounds like maybe people are screaming. I don't know. You might hear it, you might not. Using my little microphone, which for whatever reason, the little clamp on the back doesn't face like vertically. And so therefore I don't have a choice in how to clip it on. And then it gets in my hair and it didn't work right. So instead of touching it constantly, I put it on my pen. So hopefully it will still give me nice audio, nice clear, crystal clear audio. I am also in a new spot, and that is because the kids have complete Lego City happening downstairs, and it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the fight. It wasn't worth the kerfuffle of making everybody move everything. I also have a little shot of espresso here because it is the afternoon, and I always think that I can like go do stuff and then film videos, and I gotta be honest, I'm a little brain dead today, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. I'm also gonna move you down a little. Hang on. You can go for a ride. I don't know. I can't get my brain head in the right spot. Better. Okay, I like this better. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about doing less, but for all of the purists who can't understand subtext, who think that I have just given you a blank check for educational neglect, no, that's not it. I'm not saying do nothing. I am not saying do nothing. I'm not saying do nothing. I'm not saying fail your kids. I actually think it is a really big problem, and we're probably going to discuss it pretty soon because educational neglect, I feel like, is on the rise. And so I think it's time that we really addressed that uncomfortable conversation. So this isn't that, okay? If you aren't doing enough, I'm not talking to you, okay? You need to go get right with, I don't know, whoever it is you need to get right with. But that is not this. So somebody's going to come for me in the comments and tell me how I'm ruining the world, and that's fine. It is what it is. Just add it to the list of ways I'm ruining the world. So today I want to talk to those of us who stress, those of us who are convinced that more is better, those of us who are constantly beating themselves up for not doing enough. Those are my people. Why? Because I can relate. I feel like I fall into the traps of more is better, of new is better, of more expensive is better, which if you want to have a conversation about high quality free resources, come back. The very, very next video is going to be all about free things that are enough. Why? Because there's not enough chat about it. So come back for that one. You'll love it. It'll be great. Free. You know, it's my favorite word. My favorite 4-letter word, free. So here we are. You and I, we do a lot. You and I, we stress that we don't do enough. You and I are very likely doing too much. And what I mean when I say that is that, yes, we are covering all of the courses that we need to. We are covering all of the topics, but we also complete every page of the book. We also do every single activity for every single chapter. We also read every single page. We also are utilizing every single thing that is available to us because we are convinced that more is better and more is going to give us an ulcer. I am here to remind you at this very convenient time of year, which happens to be the end of the year, that it is okay to leave a workbook unfinished, that it is okay. And in some instances, like Michael Clay Thompson's language arts program, it is actually encouraged and kind of the point to not do every single activity they offer, because you will be drowning in things and there is no time in the real world to make anything else happen. I want you to know that doing 150% doesn't make it any better. It doesn't make it any more valid. Yeah, your learner might need a little more practice to get it to stick, but rarely is going overboard, doing overkill, the thing that is going to make your kids excited to show up. And it is rarely the thing that is going to help you as the caregiver, as the homeschool parent, to keep it all together. So, as we are approaching curriculum buying season, curriculum acquiring season, and planning for the next year, I want to be the voice of reason that comes here and tells you to do less, okay? So do a little less. If you are thinking about how you're going to get all the things done and how you're going to fit all the things in, just don't, okay? Take one thing off your plate. It's okay if you need to shift your focus. And this year you're going to focus really heavy on writing. And what that means is that maybe spelling slacks a bit. That's okay. You're going to do your best and you're going to give your kids a great education. But what you're not going to do is overdo it. You are going to understand that this is your permission slip to do a little less. Okay. So yeah, you might have a math curriculum and be wondering how you can supplement that. Don't. Use one. Let the one get the job done. Done is better than perfect. And also, so often we are convinced that we need more, we need extra, we need lots of things. And often we just don't. So give yourself some grace. Cut yourself a little slack, okay? If you're doing a great job, do your great job, okay? There's no reason we all have to suffer through this process, okay? You don't need to do more. You can usually stand to do a little less. So I just want to be the sound voice of reason that comes to you and reminds you that not everything gets done all the time, and it doesn't need to. It doesn't all need to happen, and it certainly doesn't all need to happen right now. So this is your permission slip to do a little less. And as we head into the next year, I don't know what that looks like for you. Maybe it's not doubling up by doing history and social studies and geography. Maybe you just pick one or two. I know, it's kind of crazy. Maybe you don't have a fun themed event for every single week of your homeschool year. Maybe that's what you set down in an effort to pick up a little bit more sanity, a little bit more peace in your home. I don't know what it is, but I know that you know what it is. I know you've had a voice in the back of your head saying, do I really need to do that? And I'm telling you, no, I don't know what it is, but sometimes we just need to hear it. I've recently had a friend reach out to me for this exact thing. I need you to tell me this. And it was such a realization because I need me to tell me this too. And I am sure that there is somebody out there who needed me to tell them this. So here's your permission. It's not a blank check for educational neglect. It's not a blank check to do nothing. I'm not saying that, so don't come at me with the pitchforks. But what I am saying is don't overdo it. Okay? Keep it simple, stupid. That's the old adage, and it's true like every single time. So do what you intend to do. Get the job done. Make sure your learners learn. But don't drown in stuff or things or assignments or processes along the way. Little less is okay. Okay? So this is your permission to do a little less. Relieve the stress, relieve the burden, And let's come here joyfully so that we can make everyday magic, because that is honestly what it's all about. We're going to have educated kids who are wonderful, functional members of society, but that doesn't mean that they had to complete every single page of every single thing and every single assignment on every single page, simply because we got it, simply because it said to, or simply because we paid for it. So put down that burden, that overwhelm, that responsibility, and pick up the beach bag, because it's almost summer. Let it go, guys. I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. While you are down there, give me a thumbs up, or for those of you who I have triggered, give me that thumbs down. And let me know. What are your thoughts on this? What is something that it really took kind of like a big smack in the face to realize that you just didn't have to do? You just didn't have to do it. That when you put it down, the rest of life was a little lighter. Because that's what happens. We try to live up to these expectations of what we think all things should be, and we never take into account what we want them to be. What is actually sustainable in our lives? What is the realism, as we've discussed recently, from the idealism? What is it that you recognize life was better when you didn't do it? I know that some of you have had that nagging thought in your head about the thing, and that thing, I'm here to tell you, let it go. Let it go. Send it on its way. Put it on the shelf. Pick it back up later or never, or burn it. Whatever makes you happy. This is your permission slip to just do less. Bye, guys.